Welcome to another Wealth Ninja video about wealth. Today we are going to cover the fastest ways to build wealth, so make sure you pay attention. Also, if you like free stuff, watch this whole video and check the description for a surprise. Thank me later. Building wealth is essential to accomplish a variety of goals, from sending your kids to college to retiring in style. But establishing a solid financial foundation will also help you survive stock market corrections and bear markets, recessions, health emergencies and other setbacks. Our plan outlined here covers every aspect of your financial life, from investing to insurance to building credit. Most of our advice is basic, because a strong foundation sets you up to reach your financial goals. If you're just starting out, these fundamentals should stay with you throughout your wealth building journey, although they will likely evolve along with your situation. Even if you have been practicing sound financial principles for decades, all of us can use a refresher every now and then. 1. Invest early and often. In a recent study by geobankingrates.com, 43% of respondents aged 25 to 34 said they weren't investing in stocks, bonds or real estate. They cited familiar reasons for staying on the sidelines. They didn't feel as though they had enough money to invest, they feared losing money in market downturns, or they found investing to be complicated and intimidating. But by sitting things out, they're sacrificing the two most potent forces when it comes to building wealth through investment: time and compounding interest. Say a 21-year-old invested $100 a month toward retirement and earned an average return of 8% per year. By age 67, without ever increasing that contribution, our investor would have $524,000. But an investor who started at age 30 would net just $254,000 under the same conditions. 2. Diversify your investments. There's always a bull market somewhere, the saying goes. Spreading your investments across a diverse array of assets boosts your chances of capitalizing on booming corners of the market, which can shift drastically from year to year. For evidence, take a look at the Callan Institute's periodic table of investment returns, which tracks the returns of 9 investment indexes. Large company US stocks were the big winners in 2019, returning 31%. But in 2018, you'd have done best by holding cash. The year before that, emerging market stocks reigned. Spreading your bets means you're less susceptible to a sharp drawdown in any one type of investment. The reason that diversification works is that you are including investments that are not correlated to one another. When one investment does well, another will act differently, says Thomas Reindoll, a CFP in Scottsdale, Arizona. As a result, a diversified portfolio is likely to lag any investment that's going gangbusters but will hold up when that investment slides, providing smoother results over time. 3. Prioritize saving. If you have cash to fall back on in an emergency, such as a job loss or large, unexpected expense, you won't have to rack up debt or jeopardize your retirement savings by withdrawing from your 401k or IRA. Stash at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in a savings account. Online banks usually offer the highest interest rates on savings accounts, and some come with no minimum balance requirement or monthly fee. One of the best ways to give saving the star treatment it deserves is to automate it. As you build your emergency fund, arrange regular transfers, say, every other week or monthly, from your checking account to your savings account. You can also have money automatically pulled from checking into your brokerage or IRA account. One of the big advantages of an employer-sponsored retirement plan, such as a 401k, is that your employer deducts your contribution from your paycheck, so it's gone before you miss it. 4. Build up your credit. A healthy credit history opens the door to the best interest rates on loans, lower insurance premiums, and the ability to rent an apartment or get a wireless phone plan. To help lenders evaluate your creditworthiness, companies such as FICO and VantageScore calculate a credit score based on the information in your credit report. Generally, a credit score of about 750 on the standard scale of 300 to 850 qualifies you for the best loan terms. You can push your credit score into the upper tier by following a few basic rules: pay all of your bills on time, use a low percentage of the credit available to you on credit cards, the lower, the better, try to stay below about 20%, and don't apply for multiple credit cards at once. If you pay off the balance in full every month, a rewards credit card can be a smart way to earn cash back or points to put towards savings or travel or to cover credit card purchases. The Citi Double Cash MasterCard, for example, offers 1% cash back when you make a purchase and an additional 1% when you pay the bill, for a total of 2% on all spending. If a card charges an annual fee, the rewards and benefits that you earn with it should make the fee worth paying. If you spend a lot on groceries, for example, check out American Express Blue Cash Preferred, $95 annual fee. It offers 6% cash back on supermarket purchases on up to $6,000 spent per year, and select streaming subscriptions, such as Netflix and Spotify, 3% at gas stations and on transit, such as taxi fares and parking fees, and 1% on other spending. 5. Minimize the tax bite. You don't need to set up an account in the Cayman Islands to reduce the amount of wealth you surrender to the IRS. Even if you claim the standard deduction, and about 90% of taxpayers now do so because the tax overhaul doubled it, you may be eligible for a raft of deductions and credits that can lower your tax bill. Do you have student loans? A child in college? An infant in daycare? There's a good chance you're eligible for tax breaks that aren't limited to itemizers, so you still have time to save on your taxes. Saving for retirement is one of the most effective ways to cut your taxes, and it's available to just about anyone who has earned income. But saving for your health care costs can cut your tax bill, too. If you're in a high-deductible health insurance plan, you can contribute up to $3,550 to a health savings account in 2020 if you have individual coverage, or up to $7,100 if you have family coverage, including any cash your employer has kicked in. If you are 55 or older in 2020, you can contribute an additional $1,000 in catch-up contributions. Contributions to an HSA will lower your taxable income, and withdrawals are tax-free as long as they're used for eligible medical expenses. Some HSAs allow you to invest unused funds, and that money will grow tax-free until you need it. See the power of an HSA. 6. Ask a pro for advice. Your financial life may involve a lot of moving parts, and staying on top of it all can be overwhelming. How should you balance setting aside money for retirement with saving for your kids' college expenses? Are you making the most tax-efficient choices with your investments? A professional can help you answer those questions, encourage you to keep your cool when the stock market tanks, and hold you accountable to your goals. Even financial advisors hire other advisors to help them poke holes in their own plans, says Lindsay Martinez, a CFP in Oceanside, Calif. An advisor may also put more money in your pocket by, for example, alerting you that it's a good time to convert a traditional IRA to a Roth, to switch to a higher-yielding savings account, or to sell your bonds at an advantageous price, says Karen Altfest, a CFP in New York. Vanguard recently studied investors with self-directed accounts who switched to using an advisor. For portfolio diversification, we found that advice led to meaningful changes for most, according to the report, with 2/3 of investors significantly altering their portfolio's asset allocation. Even if you're a do-it-yourself type, you may want to check in with an advisor occasionally to make sure that you're on track to meet your goals and that you're not making mistakes or missing opportunities. Life events such as getting married or divorced, having a child, dealing with the death or disability of a family member, or starting a new job are all good times to consult a pro. 7. Find the right financial advisor for you. Advisors come with a wide array of designations, and some require more training and expertise than others. The most reputable ones include Certified Financial Planner (CFP), Certified Public Accountant (CPA), and Chartered Financial Analyst (CFA). Some advisors hold more than one of these designations. A CFP can take a broad look at your finances and may provide advice on everything from having sufficient insurance coverage to saving for retirement to managing an investment portfolio. Search for one at www.letsmakeaplan.org. A CPA specializes in taxation and may prepare tax returns or offer guidance on tax strategies. You can look for a CPA with the Personal Financial Specialist (PFS) credential at www.aicpa.org/forthepublic.html. A CFA focuses primarily on investments. Search for one at www.cfainstitute.org/n/membership/directory. Some advisors require clients to have a minimum asset threshold that they manage, say, $500,000 or more, and compensation methods vary. You may be charged a percentage of investment assets the advisor manages for you, often about 1%, or by the hour, by the project, or on a subscription or retainer basis. You should also sort out whether an advisor receives commissions on the products he or she sells to you, such as mutual funds or insurance policies. At www.napfa.org, you can search for fee-only financial planners, who don't accept commissions, and who may be more inclined to put your best interests first. CFPs are required to act in their clients' best interests for all the financial advice they offer. If you're looking for one-time or occasional advice, a planner who charges by the hour may be a good choice. You can look for fee-only advisors who offer the hourly option at GarrettPlanningNetwork.com, and if you're looking to trim costs for investment management, consider a robo-advisor. Such services offer automated, basic investment advice, such as how to allocate your portfolio, at a low price. Betterment, for one, charges 0.25% annually for its no minimum digital service. If you'd like assistance from a human, look into services that also come with advisor consultations over the phone or email. Vanguard Personal Advisor Services has a 0.30% annual charge. The fee is lower if you have more than $5 million, with a $50,000 minimum. For more on robo-advisors, see 14 robo-advisors. Which one is best for you? 8. Invest in yourself. Another option for investing that I briefly touched on earlier is the idea of investing in yourself. If you're spending less than you earn, you can take some of that money and improve yourself in various ways, particularly ways that have the potential to increase income in the future. You can use that money to earn a better college degree or job certifications. You can use that money to pay for coaching or lessons to help you master a new skill or shore up an area in your life in which you're weak. You can use it to fix cosmetic concerns with orthodontic equipment or LASIK surgery, giving you more confidence. The goal of all of these things is not only to improve your personal confidence and skills, but to use those newfound elements to improve your professional income, which you can then use to build your wealth even faster. 9. Eliminate high interest debt. The absolute first thing anyone should do with their leftover money, see the first 2 points if you're unsure about this idea, is to use it to eliminate their high interest debt. I define high interest debt as anything with an annual interest rate of 8% or higher. No investment can routinely beat the return you can get from simply paying down these debts. Credit cards fall into this category. Payday loans definitely fall into this category. Some student loans and, occasionally, car loans fall into this category. Debts with a high interest rate devour your money. You're essentially handing money to them for virtually nothing in return except for the benefit of buying things a bit sooner than you could actually afford them. How do you do this? I usually suggest that people follow what I call the debt fireball. Make minimum payments on all of your debts, then throw the biggest possible extra payment you can at whatever debt has the highest interest rate. Soon, that one will be toast, and you can move on to the next debt down the list. Keep repeating this until you've toasted all of your debts. When you've done that, you'll suddenly have a ton of money available to invest each month. That's the very point where you need to remember the first principle of becoming rich: avoid lifestyle inflation. If you suddenly decide at this point that it's okay to spend more and inch your spending up toward most or all of your income, you're going to quickly find yourself back where you started, unable to build wealth, because you have nothing to use to make it happen. It's true, you need money to make money, and the first 3 steps get you to the point where you have that money to invest. It just takes willpower not to escalate your spending to devour all of it. 10. Practice the art of self-discipline. If passive income is the gold standard for creating wealth, self-discipline is the gold standard for what keeps it. Furthermore, self-discipline is what helps you get to whatever you determine wealthy to be in the first place. The month-long exercise of saying no to virtually everything isn't in place to deprive yourself of the things that make you happy. It's to help you realize what's important to you and what isn't when it comes to money. Be reasonable. Ask yourself each time you approach a financial transaction, is this a want or a need? And even it's a need, do you need it right now, or could it wait? These wealth mindset Ben Huber dollar spout oriented decisions are often the differentiating factor between someone who makes good money and just gets by, and those that make an average income and thrive on it. 11. Develop a wealth-oriented mindset. My number 1 tip for building long-term wealth is changing your mindset. Everything starts there because you are the only one holding you back. Sure, you need to pay off debt, manage your money better, and make saving automatic, but you really have to believe you can do it and that it's worth it. You have to get out of your own way. The majority of North Americans are broke and living paycheck to paycheck, even in the best economy and lowest unemployment rate we have ever had. This is because of how they think about money and how to manage it. It is crucial for you to understand how you think about money and why, and then test those thoughts against facts and reality. This is especially true if you want to build wealth. You have to believe that you should build wealth, that wealth is a good thing, and that your future self will need income. If you think money is evil, the wealthy are soul-sucking devils, or that you will never retire someday, why in the world would you try to build wealth? Some things to think about in order to change your mindset includes testing your views against reality. For example, do you think millionaires make $1 million a year? The reality is that they don't. Most millionaires make an average income. Being a millionaire means they have a net worth of $1 million. Another example, do you think rich people are terrible people? Find someone in your life or community that you think is wealthy that doesn't fit this mold. If you find one good wealthy person, that means that all wealthy people are not evil. Then think about how you want to live when you get older. What kind of legacy do you want to leave for your children? Building wealth isn't just about whether or not you need or want it. It's about building the life you want for you, your children, and your grandchildren. Once you start to examine your thoughts and feelings around building wealth, then you will be able to do the practical things you need to do to actually get there. Author, I am Ashley Patrick, personal finance expert, and Ramsey Solutions Master Financial Coach. I am the founder and CEO of Budgets Made Easy and the Money Mindset podcast. I help families eliminate debt using simple strategies so they can stress less and live the life they want. I have been featured on numerous sites such as Yahoo Finance, Fox Business, MSN, CNBC, and many others. 12. Remember to always be learning. One of the best wealth building tips I have is to remember to always be learning. Without taking the time and initiative to learn about money, investing, and marketing for my career, I would not be on the wealth building path I am today. I'm not a millionaire nor make an insane salary, but in the last 5 years I have made huge strides that are leading me to where I want to be. By reading books, especially with different viewpoints, listening to other successful people in personal finances or entrepreneurship, and reading financial websites, I was able to refocus my entire money mindset. Yet, even after I gained more knowledge, I still reread books I have already finished and continue to learn from others. Knowledge is never ending, regardless of your expertise, and can truly impact your path to future wealth. And every time I reread or listen to a new podcast or old one, I discover something I missed that impacts my wealth building process in a positive way. It's amazing how often you can get more golden nuggets of information with a second or third read through. All this to saying, learning is never over and can be the game changer you need to grow your net worth and wealth. So remember to always be learning.